Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole. I'm an artist and educator. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest, which is the traditional territory of the Coast Salish tribes. I'm currently learning about budgeting, saving, and planning for the future, and sharing what I learn along the way for anyone who might be interested. Today, I'm going to be logging my transactions from the first week of January. and I've got kind of a lot of transactions. I was feeling real spendy this week, I guess. First of all, I'm going to go down to household. Okay. The first thing that I bought was from Ace Hardware. I bought two things. One, I bought a metal funnel. I haven't really seen those recently. I've been kind of looking at thrift stores. Sometimes I make and bottle kombucha. So I have a plastic funnel, but I was hoping to find a metal funnel, and I did at Ace Hardware. And while I was there, I also bought a little metal strainer thing to go in the drain to keep food or whatever from going down. Turned out it was the wrong size, so I have to go back and swap it. But anyway, it's been $8.25 on those two items. And those are going to come out of household. I also bought another household thing off of Amazon as well as some food items. So from Amazon, I spent $31.44. I bought two glass spray bottles. I got oranges this week in my, grocery haul, and so I thought, oh, I should save the skins and make some vinegar cleanser. I don't use a lot of chemicals in my house anyway, but I've been trying to transition to more sustainable and easily refillable things. So I got those two bottles for that. So that transaction I'm going to split. I did make a note. The bottles were about 13. So for household, I'll do 13. And then I will do grocery for the rest. And what I bought in grocery was just a bulk bag of cacao powder. I use it for smoothies, for baking, for all of those kinds of things, and I just get a good price on Amazon. So it was a pound bag, so pretty large. Okay, I'm gonna track that expense. Then I did a kind of impulse buy last night. I teach a class once or like every other Friday, and it's called Play with Clay. And this month, a friend of mine who is a fiber artist started teaching a play with yarn class, and she provided all of her students with looms that she constructed by hand and warped, small kind of handheld looms. And she had a couple of extras, and so I asked if I could buy one from her. She offered it to me as a gift, which was very, very sweet of her. But I know how much work went into it, and so I bought her a drink and I PayPal'd her $20. So I'm gonna put that in hobbies. I created this section just for that. It's not quite, it is an art material, but it's not for my sort of specific practice. So I'm gonna put that into hobbies. I bought a lot of cat food because, as I had mentioned, I think on like the first day of the year, I was out. And so I ordered some online. I ordered some from Chewy. Normally I order from Petco and I use Ebates, so I get a few dollars back. But Chewy had a promotion that gave you 20% off if you set up like a subscription service. And actually, Petco doesn't offer subscription service on foods that have a prescription, so it will be a little more expensive in the long run, but more convenient. And because of that 20% off, as you can see, if you look at, where are you? Oh yeah, if you look at Oli Cats, $69.14 is how much that same bag of food costs without a discount. And so $47.79 for that bag of food means that actually that Ebates discount, that's like 3 months of that Ebates, whatever you call it, not discount, but cash back. So I'm going to do that for the next few months and then probably maybe switch back to Petco. Okay, so I bought it, but it didn't come quickly enough. So I had to go to the vet and buy food. So I have a lot of cat food now and I went over my budget. So we have a trend already this year. I will say though, something I've noticed is that same feeling that I used to have when I like literally had no money, like, had like $5 in my checking account. That's the feeling I get now when I go over my budget. So even though in a way I just don't want to beat myself up, I do want to be kind of kind to myself when I go over budget, but I'm starting to have that feeling now. So I think that's a good thing. I think that might be in part because I'm doing this on YouTube now, and so it's sort of holding me even more accountable. But also, I think I just like I'm really valuing my cushion and my security and my ability to take care of myself and my little kitty cats that rely on me. So that's an interesting feeling. Okay, so I got gas, and it was really funny. In my car, I hadn't put gas in my car in so long, like sometime in early December, if I remember correctly. I did put a lot of gas in that rental car because I drove all over Florida. But in my own car, this was the first time in like a solid month, maybe. That's not true. It just felt like a long time. Anyway, 33.18. I went to Goodwill. I have a lot of houseplants and I wanted to get some plates to put underneath them. I was kind of using some that I have around the house, but all of my plates are handmade by artists, so I felt bad using them for the plants, and I wanted to, eat off of them. So I went and picked up a couple, 5 plates, and I also got a book while I was at it, a cookbook. It was like a farmer's market cookbook, and so I spent $10.82 at Goodwill the other day. I'm gonna put that under household. Okay. I went to get drinks last night. So I'm going to put that 12.55 under restaurants. And I also, the night before, very unexpectedly got some dinner with some new friends. And one of those new friends' friend worked at the restaurant. So I did get kind of a deal, which was cool. And like an unexpected, joyfully fun night. So I spent $12.71 at a restaurant. And I got kind of a deal, and so I just left an extra big tip. Okay, so I did this really interesting thing. I signed up for my business license in the city that I live in, and I didn't budget for that this month, but it's the beginning of the year, and I don't know, I wanted to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that under studio and, go from there. Let's see, I'm gonna put it under miscellaneous studio. And I think this is something that I need to do every year. And so I'm probably going to start a small sinking fund so that I don't like have that bigger expense every year, that I just have that small expense every month. All right. I went grocery shopping and I really stocked up. So I used a lot of my grocery budget, but I should really only need to get kind of fresh vegetables for the rest of the month. At least that's the hope. I think we all know that I always go over in groceries. So I did, at the co-op I spent $81.86, and then at grocery outlet I spent $132.88, and I was doing things like stocking up on like olive oil and nut butters and coffee. So, and actually I got these 2 huge bags of frozen organic cherries and blueberries because one of my New Year's kind of intentions is to eat a more anti-inflammatory diet. I mean, I always cook. I'm really into food and like really good quality ingredients. And then also I love delicious snacks, but just trying to incorporate more of that anti-inflammatory stuff into what I'm sort of meal prepping. And that way maybe I have a little less impact when I have snacks and stuff like that, less feeling kind of feeling it in my joints and stuff like that. Anyway, never mind. Forget about it. So I spent $132.88 at grocery outlet. And let's see. I did get my interest. I already got it when I set up my budget, but I hadn't put it in yet as a transaction. And I made $6.58 in interest this month. Super exciting. Let's see. I also have my giving. I'm going to go back down to studio stuff because I'm taking this glaze class and I just paid for continued access to the lectures because I'm not quite done with it yet. So I'm going to put that under studio fund. And I need to update this. This looks like it's over, but it's actually not. I just need to update this because I moved this from my sinking funds to up here. And when you do that, you have to delete it and remake it. And so I have $25 in my studio fund. So you'll see that updated on the next one. And then my giving, so my regular Patreon and oh, that's up at the top now. It's up at the very top now. My regular Patreon and Trans Lifeline, my monthly giving. Okay, great. Thanks for watching. How are you guys doing in your first week of January? Let me know if you set any intentions for the new year, or if you do that, or if you set your intentions at a different time. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you.